think I've always been absolutely passionate about stories and reading stories, watching stories, whatever form they came in, I wanted to consume them. But I sort of thought kind of after the point where you stop writing stories in school. I did a lot of theatre at university kind of on the side. I studied English. It was everything that I did was about a story, but kind of not really about writing it myself. And I did a master's in film and television producing, again, because I thought, you can get a job organising things, organising stories, not writing them. And I was very lucky to get a kind of development minion role at World Productions. And one of my jobs there was reading the slush pile, so reading unsolicited scripts that had been sent in. And I had the arrogant thought, I could do this. These people are getting me to read their stuff, but I could do something like that. And so I went away and tried and kind of got very lucky with that. I did the Soho Theatre Young Writers course, worked in-house doing storylining for Family Affairs, worked for a show called Dream Team, which was the Sky One football drama, kind of their big show at the time. And then the BBC Writers Academy, the continuing drama, and then my own shows in daytime. The first script I ever wrote was for the Soho Theatre Young Writers course, and you had to do a kind of one-day kind of challenge to get on the course, and then they mentored you into writing your first short theatre piece. So that was the first thing I ever did, and the scariest thing I ever did was sitting with the audience when the actors did the read-through and seeing how they reacted, because it's a huge thing, kind of getting that real-time response to what you've done, and you're always cringing. The bits you thought were funny are never funny enough. The bits you thought were tragic are funny, and you learn an awful lot from seeing that. And then obviously when you start doing television, you learn an awful lot from seeing your actors take those scripts on screen. I think it's hugely beneficial to see your work performed. I think that going in through theatre is a really good starting point, just because it is cheaper to put on than television, or than making your own short film or whatever. So you have more of a chance of getting stuff on a stage than you do of getting it on a screen first time round. I think it is a really natural place to begin and to kind of start trying out what drama means for you. I was very lucky when I made my transition from theatre to screen, in that I was already working in-house in television. So I did that time-honoured path of going from being a script editor and storyliner to being a writer. And the show that I was working on at the time, Dream Team, was kind of renowned for being very tricky to write, and the time frames being very short, and a lot of writers would end up getting fired, and then in-house was left kind of going, right, we need a script in 3 days. Rachel, you do it. So, I profited by someone else's tragedy, which I'm not proud of, but it did give me my chance. I think it's brilliant for some people working on continuing dramas. I think it's been wonderful for me. I think that you have to have a flexibility and a resilience, and it's the sort of situation where if you don't have that flexibility, it will break you. So it's very valuable, the volume of stuff that you can write, getting it onto screen and seeing how it plays. You learn an awful lot through that. Obviously, the numbers of people that watch it is incredible. You can have a real impact in a way that it's very hard to do elsewhere. And the actors are great, but it's not for everyone. With the Moonstone, it was the development process was incredibly fast. We were very lucky. We knew that the BBC were doing this Love to Read programme, and that they were looking for a daytime drama to kind of be the flagship for that. And we basically kind of threw together a 3-page document, and it happened to be a book that I was really passionate about, and my co-writer only came across it through the project, but was really, really excited about it. Within kind of 3 months, we had a commission, and we had to make it within the next 6 months, and then it was on screen, and then it was gone. So it was a hugely fun project to work on.